Happy Friday! Here we go. Starting out with our pre-charge, we have 3 rounds, starting out with 30 seconds of high knees, running in place, whichever one you kind of want to do. Then we have 10 hollow rocks. You can keep your feet straight out, or you can bend those knees up to make it just a little easier. Then you're going to stay down there, do 20 glute raises, squeezing those hips all the way up to the top. Then next up we have 30 jumping jacks. You can jump in place. You can do the side stepping in place here if you want to make it a little easier on those feet and knees. And then last but not least, we have 10 scap overhead plate shrugs. So you're just going to hold that plate all the way overhead, shrugging those shoulders all the way up, letting them relax at the bottom and back up and down. All right, so 3 rounds, each round moving a little more intensely each time, trying to get a sweat going. Then for today's workout, we got a lot going on here, so I'm going to do my best to try to explain it. So for the first 8 minutes, you're going to get 3 total rounds. And then if you finish these 3 total rounds with time remaining, you get to rest the remainder of that 8 minutes. So your rounds, you're going to start with a minute 30 of running in place, going for a run, jumping jacks in place, just something to get you moving for a minute and a half. Then we have 15 sit-ups, hands touching at the back, hands touching the feet at the bottom there. Then we have 6 plate burpees. So you're going to do burpee, chest touches the plate. Then you're going to flip that plate over and then do a plate ground to overhead. That is 1 rep. Drop that plate back down. Doing a burpee, chest touches there. If the burpee is a little too difficult, you can also do an up-down. Same thing though, you're still going to do that plate ground to overhead when you get to that top position. All right, so 3 total rounds of that. Rest the remainder of the time. If that 8 minutes is still going and you haven't completed, that's fine. You're going to stop what you're doing there. And you're going to pick up on these next 3 rounds for the next 8 minutes. We have 100 plate hops, so you can jump up, jump down, or you can do the 1 foot up, 1 foot down method as well for 100 total reps. Then we have 24, or if you want to say 48 Russian twists. No weight in your hands, hands together, rotating there at your torso. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can do 1, 2, 3 for 24 reps on each side, or 48 reps total. And then last but not least, we have 12 up downs. We all know our up downs, just making sure at the very bottom position, keep it a nice tight pull. We don't want your hips sinking down low. We don't want your butt way up high. So 3 rounds of that. If you get done in that 8-minute time, you get to rest. If you're not done, stop that. Pick back up on these next 8 minutes. We're basically just going to combine the 2 previous ones all into one big one for 1 round. So you're going to start out with that minute 30 of running in place, going for a run, jumping jacks, yada yada. Then we have 100 plate hops again, hopping up or alternating feet. Then we have 15 sit-ups. After those 15 sit-ups, hands touching the ground, hands touching the feet. Then we have another 24 or 48, however you like to count them, Russian twists. Then we have 6 plate burpees or the up-down burpees. Once again, just make sure that plate is getting all the way overhead locked out. And then finishing out with 12 up-downs. So your total time here, your score for today, is a total amount of work time. So if you get done in 6 minutes on those first 2, then that's 12 minutes plus your last one. Or if you don't finish the rounds, that's okay. That just means you're capped out at 8 minutes. Okay, so your score here is the total amount of work time you're doing. Then after all that, we got a nice core finisher for you for 4 rounds. Each minute you're doing something different. So for the first minute, you're going to do a 30-second plank on your right side. Elbows nice and flat. Shoulders on top of the elbow here. You don't want that elbow way out in front because then you're going to put a lot of tension on your shoulders. So just make sure your elbow is right on top of your shoulders, right on top of your elbow. Keep it a nice midline core. We don't want your bending down here. You don't want to overcompensate here. Just nice straight line from head all the way to your toes. 30 seconds on the right. Rest 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the left. 30 seconds. And then you have a 30-second hollow hold to make it a little more challenging. You can flatten out a little bit, making yourself look more like a banana, or you can bend those knees up a little bit. Just make sure those shoulders staying nice and off the ground, almost like you're trying to push them up in the air. Then for minute 4, you're going to rest. Rinse and repeat, 4 total rounds. Nice core burner. Nice day today. Let's finish strong for the rest of the week. See you guys tomorrow.